So Rishabh, I was just sharing with them how your journey has been so inspirational for all of us. So maybe you can start off by telling us a little bit about your life. How was the disability discovered? How did the family react to it as an initial thoughts?
So first of all, I would really like to thank Prem sir, Nishant and the entire Cafe Mutual team for giving me this opportunity to be on the platform. To tell you about my different ability, I suffer from a rare muscle disorder called GNE myopathy. It typically affects the exoskeletal muscles of your body, which is your hands, legs, back and neck. And it is a slow deteriorating disease whereby at the later stages of the disease you are completely wheelchair bound. I have been suffering from this disease since past 12 years. And since then, a lot has changed. It has been very difficult for me and my parents because there is no cure for this particular disease. And it came as a shock to me because I was very healthy right from the start, very active in sports. It came as a shock to me because I came to know very suddenly, and the doctors told me that slowly you will not be able to make any movements in your hands and legs. So it was definitely a big shock to me. But all of this was not going to stop me from pursuing my dreams and aspirations. I didn't share about my disability initially with a lot of people, and because of fear, shame. But the moment I accepted myself fully, there was no looking back.
But tell me, in that context, right, once you discovered this and then you wanted to make a financial success of your life, right, this choice of the mutual fund industry as a MFD sounds very strange, to the extent that as far as we all know, it's one of the most active, where you need to go meet customers at their places, meet them at coffee shops, interact a lot. So it's really, for me, an amazing thing that you chose an industry where interaction is so critical despite your disability. So that's been wonderful to understand. I think everybody else can also understand how, because they all will go through a situation where connectivity is a challenge and your guidance can be really helpful to them.
So, being a Guju Bhai and coming from a business-oriented family, you can say investments and money was always in my blood. And on a lighter note, you can also say this profession actually chose me rather than me choosing this profession. Just to take you a little back on my career and how it all began. I started my career right in the middle of the global financial crisis in 2008. So that really taught me a lot about the highs and lows of the investment cycle. And it was actually during that time, I saw the power of compounding from theory, from the books to practicality in clients' portfolio. That really sowed the seed of the passion I have in the field of mutual funds. So I came in this profession because for the sheer passion I have in this field. In terms of mobility, in terms of approaching clients, yes, I do face a lot of difficulties because unfortunately India is not yet well equipped to, or the infrastructure is not up to that mark to where my wheelchair can easily go everywhere. But at the same time, I am fortunate to be in an age of technology where video calls, I can interact with my clients on video calls and attend all training sessions online. But it is my sheer passion in this field.
That's wonderful to hear. So tell me now, having then entered during the global financial crisis, then seen the highs, and then seen the subsequent volatility, right? So what is it that inspires you to keep going, on a day-to-day basis? Because as you've realized, right, customers also go through these emotional ECG kind of a charts. So from an inspirational perspective, right, what makes you stay inspired and, keep sticking to this industry and growing it?
So my desire towards financial freedom, to achieve financial goals and to be able to help people create wealth and achieve their financial goals is something really motivates me on a daily basis. I will also add that even though I cannot walk, it gives me enough immense satisfaction to see and guide my clients to walk on their path of financial freedom.
That's fantastic to hear, Rushabh. That's fantastic to hear. So, can you then, give some advice to the distribution committee from your side and how they should approach their business and everything else?
Well, it's just been a little over a year in the distribution segment, so I'm here to learn from the experienced people. I have two things what I have learned in this short tenure is that be transparent and truthful with your clients. Connect with your clients by being as transparent and truthful. Many a times what happens is we are not able to connect with our clients emotionally. But being transparent and truthful will really help you to convince your clients and win your clients in a much more easier way.
That's great. So let me flip this question. Right? You, as I said, are an inspiration to all of them. But has there been somebody who's inspired you and who's an inspirational hero which has helped you to come on this path?
Yes. So I have been following many of the distributors maybe present here in this audience on Twitter, on various socials. So I draw my inspirations from many of you. If you guys can make it big, even so can I. So that was a true inspiration which I drew from.
Fantastic. Thank you for that humility. I think that was very, very good. What about in life in general? Has there been some inspirational figure that has...
Yes, so my inspirational figure is Stephen Hawking. I would like to share a quote what he had mentioned when he was alive, that however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. So even though I am on a wheelchair, I would like to believe that I am no different from the rest, and I too can achieve what the rest can do.
Thank you, Rushabh. We do have a couple of minutes, so if there is somebody who would like to ask some questions, maybe we can have the floor open.
I just want to add one more thing.
Please.
Keeping things simple, simplifying risk, goals, asset allocation and time horizon with your clients will really help you to build a long-term relationship with your clients. So this is something what I follow very religiously.
Nice to hear that. So, are there any questions for Rushabh?
Rushabh, where do you meet your clients? How does client interaction take place?
So client interaction usually takes place. So I have clients from all over India. My very first client was from Delhi. So, it happened on video calls. I happen to meet my clients in coffee shops, and sometimes I invite them to my father's office. So this really helps me to be connected. But most of my clients are out of Bombay, so video call is the best way to connect with them. Thank you.
Any other questions? Good, then. Thank you very much, Rushabh, for taking the time.
Thank you, sir, for having me.
I wish you all the very best in your journey.
Thank you, sir, for having me. Thank you.